Okay, so March 31st, last day of March, right? So last day of this month went by so fast as somebody in family's birthday. So we're gonna go silent. And when we do that for a minute, for those seconds, it doesn't mock any religion, anybody else, but we're just gonna do that right now, quick, okay? All right, here we go. Cool. So we're getting into what's going on with WWE right now. Well, WrestleMania, WWE WrestleMania. Taped, no crowd, whatever. After what's been going on lately, you know it's pretty crazy right now, but being entertainment, being fun, to get informative, not just based opinions, but facts when you can, right? So we're going based on WrestleMania predictions, and we're going this alone. Now, if we're gonna go with Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler and the Raw Women's Championship, 100% fact here alone is going to say that Shayna Baszler, if she was down NXT, she's been knocking out all opponents and beating them. That I think that Becky Lynch has her work cut out for her. There's a lot of that. But you see, she's been kicking her ass for the last few weeks of this month since we've been dealing with what we've been dealing with the world right now. Even with no audience, with an audience, with no audience, whatever. When she's referee, that's signifying everything. And it's better and it's a good fit to see now. You got Becky's promos being better just a bit than what it was the last previous weeks. Telling her that, Nemo life is alive and then she's that was spewing coming from her. That's from what somebody wrote for her. Excuse me. So she wrote something better. And she's just, let me kick her ass. But she turns around and she has Shayna Baszler behind her and throws her down. And I still seen that cry. I ain't watching much because I figured it was same for me if you don't see Jerry Lawler there doing the commentary. You just get, Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton. That's okay. I guess we only focus on the commentary. All because of this doggone thing we gotta spear through. Excuse me. So that's what we think. And what's time in the match? Who's gonna win this? Shayna Baszler or Becky Lynch? There is this astute belief that Shayna Baszler is going to get this W off of Becky, and she's gonna win, become the new Raw Women's Champion, because a lot of people in the community are sick and tired of Becky being champion for a while. That she may be going stale, and it might be time for her to reinvent herself. And there's going to be a swerve. And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be going from protagonist to antagonist after WrestleMania. And nobody knows exactly where that's going to go, as far as storyline wise goes. All I would say is just watch it, right? I'm the one that's going to watch it in the room, hitting the hay while I'm on my phone looking at it. Then trying to look at it in the Chromebook and being all in tune to it, because it's not the same without the actual crowd to feed off of. And not me actually being there and trying to be there. I already know my bias against the person in charge in the first place. That if they weren't in charge, none of this would be happening right now, But it's because that they're in charge. The he or the him I'm referring to. We have to go through this. You see? It's messing up sporting events. It's messing up other stuff. It's just messing the whole world up. You surely wouldn't let anybody who isn't good at teaching exactly teach their class for 1 minute for not in their lifetime, a few and a half years. They'll mess the whole class up. That's what they'll do. Everything's crazy. Now, here's what's then you go with this. If I could be wrong, then Becky could retain. Then they'd be more sick of her. Even again, they'd be more champion like golden year. When she pulls out as upset, that's shocking. But then stranger things have happened. Right? You've had superstars come down the ring and do promos and cut noise. And you see the promos where again everybody's doing promo and promo. We could kind of do it without the footage packaging for the previous weeks of past pay-per-views. Okay, why would I want to need one from last year that I tried to go to from WrestleMania? Oh, great! This was, and this is the kicker. This is you promoting, having Snickers promoted. Wow, that's something, right? Okay, that's good. I don't know about Snickers promoting. It's okay. Forget the promotion, the sponsor, Snickers, But you know, and now you're hungry. um, the WrestleMania. Did they get go anything from the last time they go and package? They are going to package the superstar span, how dominant that they are. But no, you're still carbon getting other people from other professions into the company instead of focus on the talent that you have. Like I was tried to say before other videos. Like it's just like a chef who has a meal that they prepare, and what do? A crazy chef will go like, okay, let's skip this meal and get to the other meal. And then somebody else is saying, no, no, no. What about that meal? That meal was good. You made that. Why are you skipping that meal? And that set of dinner dishes that you made for the other set. Get that first out the way. That's what killed me about the whole thing. In the product. But that's okay. That's for the other video. Like, um, yeah. I was on tails. If you pour a penny and you had coin and you flipped it, then you would have Shayna Baszler with it. By the way, Shayna Baszler is the cyborg. I would tell her that to her face and laughing. He might as I probably going to swing her back. She's a girl. That's fine by me. Yeah, that's fine. I'll crawl before I walk. But she is a cyborg and looks just like one a little bit. Maybe. Somebody that's tough, dominance, and insurance because of this whole four horsewomen movement. This whole thing in Ronda Rousey. But Becky Lynch's promo, but she is saying you could do what your friend could do, referring to Ronda Rousey. When she's coming back. I don't doubt that she's gonna come back to a no audience because she said feed off the crowd somehow. Even if you're playing a protagonist or an antagonist, then you gotta admit the baddies sometimes want to feed the crowd too, because that's them being angry and complaining about something, but they want to need that crowd to hear them and listen to them complain or get mad or be a gruff or tough. And they can't do it with nobody there in the street because it's just gonna be like kids playing with their toys and go, dude, I like do better. I'm better than you. Nobody really wants to do that. They want to be in front of an actual crowd, but that's okay. Um, and I had my reservations for WrestleMania even going on with no audience because it should have been postponed into the summer. It wouldn't hurt you to have a WrestleMania in the summer in August, and SummerSlam be like WrestleMania. But no, 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 no. You don't want that to happen because you don't want to lose a lot of money. Cool, because you are a business. You got to line up your pockets a little bit. That's fine. You got to do that. You're already hitting a low ball from this whole thing. And maybe you shouldn't have had your friend become president. Because as soon as he became president, that's when all this mess started happening. That's when all this started going, all these wars and stuff. Whatever you want to say to me, that's fine. But it's got to be 100% fact and 100% truth. And it's not spewing politics in this video. That the other person in charge was able to negotiate in a way where everybody kind of got along with each other. And it wasn't none of this virus stuff going on that much. There was a little bit of it, but it wasn't a lot. And it wasn't this massive as it is right now. He got in charge, it got this way. Yep. Be forewarned for what I say in these words and flashing neon signs. You don't want him in charge forever. And when the aliens come, you better be ready for them to get you. Because you're going to be on a spaceship. No. That's what happened. That's what No, I'm not gonna scare like that. Anyway, we're going back to the WrestleMania. There are other predictions here. Yeah. Now Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Yeah. And this feud culminated to something about our besting each other. Or just being the person in top. Like Kevin Owens, we're good. We want to stand for you in this. That you might need this win in the way because you're getting tired of Seth Rollins and AOP was attacking you. Even Samoa Joe. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe Samoa Joe might come back, but he's getting with the stuff with violations, everything, and injury, you know. And maybe he might come back and decides that win. That would be taking the L for Seth Rollins, the Messiah. But these were AOP because one of the other members of AOP, I forgot his name. We'll worry about that in the next video. Not actually say his name. Forget it. We'll limit the amount of time for some other distraction gets in the way and interrupts this video. As it's been doing right now. I really don't like the person in charge that much. He's doing some help with something, but I really don't like him. I really don't like him. My blood pressure raises up right now. I'll jump for joy when he's out of power. I will do that. Yeah. When he's out of power, I'm going to give me a massive, gigantic, big old container of cookies and cream ice cream for 1 whole month. It may last for 2 or 3 weeks. When he's out of power. Whatever. But he did make a point. He won matches. Seth Rollins has won matches against Brock Lesnar. The Universal Championship. Kevin Owens has not really won much. So we don't want to knock Kevin Owens, but maybe this is once and for Kevin Owens and a win, but Seth Rollins probably won for WrestleMania. That is likely to happen. As long as AOP members might be there, Buddy Murphy on the side. And there was something to do with Buddy Murphy, somebody said earlier, about a woman coming back to be in for a championship. A female. I question the former fiance who was with him. But hey, always fair in love and war and, all that stuff, And turning by his fair game because they weren't really going to get him because, people be on the road and everything. So, just like the other person she's with, but we leaving her personal life out of it. And we ain't saying the name I'm talking about, but you know who. I'm just saying it cold because you don't want to talk about her life. If I was doing something else, she still wouldn't want to put out there. Yeah. But anyway. Now, there is Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar. Now, this is the bigger one. This is the big payoff. This could be the last. This would be close to the last main event. But this doesn't do it justice with no crowd. Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. I'm not the Universal Championship, the WWE Championship. That's why you don't have. Oh, and then I would throw it off because then Seth Rollins and then he go on SmackDown over on Fox. And Bray Wyatt was the Universal Champion up until Goldberg had to have his second reign so early. That could have waited after WrestleMania, but I would have never known what happened or not because of his pen. See, you're in tug of war. You're damned if you do, and you pretty much damned if you don't. With the person in charge, he keeps messing everything up. Because he keeps starting up wars and stuff. Yep. You gotta learn to pick your battles. There's some countries or some places' asses the other countries can't kick, and they get their ass kicked. So you can't think you're tougher than them because you're not tough. That's the thing about that. You're no tougher than them. They've been around a lot longer, probably. So you have it. But yeah. So, and my thing is this though. When you look at Brock Lesnar, and you think this is a guy, champion, incredible fighter. Okay, like in a paycheck, and as a private life, not a ton of monster, and you don't try to hate him or nothing like that. It's just that certain people are different. He's just different. He doesn't do well with crowds. And apparently in documentaries, he's by himself farming. For 5 years, he is excluded from the rest of the world. And being Division 1, he was young. He has to think he's the shit. Some people in some way think they're the shit because they're Division 1 when they're in high school or whatever. And get scouted for many different sports and the bodybuilding and blah, blah, blah. and all that stuff. That's all good and fine. So he came into wrestling, he got discovered. Paul Heyman matches is him. He was like a Paul Heyman guy. But Paul Heyman just matches him. But Brock Lesnar, he didn't like his fans. And Brock Lesnar doesn't give a shit about anybody else but Brock Lesnar mostly. That's it. At the end of the day, and collecting a paycheck. Now, Brock Lesnar, I keep his name like the full name, right? But now with Brock, he doesn't want to work in programming too many matches and be on TV regularly like an usual champion would be. How many years has this been going on? And totally you could say like it's been going on for 9 years or 10 years. Well, 8 maybe. But ever since he became champion, some few years back, it's been going on for maybe 5 or 6 years. Now, ain't the fans, ain't the audience, ain't the people at home sick and tired of Brock Lesnar being whatever, a champion, Universal Champion, WWE Champion, whatever. He doesn't want to defend it regularly. At least when Seth Rollins was champion, when he was the villain in the story, when he's with the Authority, and when he wasn't, he'd play like he didn't want to defend every time, but he did anyways. He was just teasing and playing with all us, But he wasn't like Brock Lesnar, like, oh, I'm to work 16 dates and stuff like that. You see how he was backstage when he threw the phone to magazine. Paul Heyman said, hey, you're starting to get under my skin now. Even F5, Michael Cole, and everybody else. Yep. And I'll be honest with you, I don't care for Brock Lesnar not being champion anymore anyway. I don't give a shit about it anyways. And having a new champion would be a breath of fresh air, It'd be like the pearly gates opening up. Not trying to be blasphemy. Having Drew McIntyre be WWE champion probably be better than this. The him being champion, you say what you want. You want to go against it, that's fine. But that would be anybody else. But hey, listen to you. I go with McIntyre. You will go with the Scottishman, the Scotman. You want to go with Scotman. Like Drew McIntyre. He did say in his video packages, all the other people that Brock Lesnar has been up against and he's defeated, and some he hasn't defeated, so why? Listen to the names you're going on all day in this video. Daniel Bryan, John Cena, AJ Styles, who else? Roman Reigns occasionally, Braun Strowman. Now, see, Braun Strowman couldn't be Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. It probably wouldn't have happened last year anyway, because they would like Vince McMahon, he would say, all right, let's have Braun Strowman lose to Brock Lesnar, because Brock Lesnar is strong. He got tough physique. He's big man with big brain. Here comes the no, not that. Suplex City, You know damn well that Brock Lesnar only wants to approach people and talk to them and smile up in their face and like, hey, how you doing? When he's promoting a restaurant or something. Or he's just do a drive-through and somebody's on his same wavelength, when they're in a car like he usually is, or not. When it's a family person, that's a tough physique type of guy, That's the only type of group that'd be like him, the way they approach him. But any other time, he pretty much is standoffish. He makes people cry. I've seen it before on YouTube. Don't you dare tell me I don't. I've seen the woman, a brunette woman, say that she was trying to talk to him, and she walked off crying something. He didn't care. He didn't give a shit. He didn't give a that shit. To swear in the video, he didn't give a damn about it. He didn't care, And oh well, But other than that, he would be mostly okay any other time. But it's just that he doesn't do well with with certain people. That's just how it is with certain other people like him. But do you want that to be continuing to be as a credible champion for too long? No, you don't want that. But somebody probably say, but there's been mostly champions like that that's been in the past. Stone Cold Steve Austin has at least embraced fans in the Attitude Era. He didn't shake their hands and all this political, this PC crap that we gotta do now and all that stuff, all this social media and all this, because it was different back then. And he would just, say, if you want me to do this and stunt, give me an all, hell yeah, whatever. He would still talk to you and do all that, and he embrace you some way, even if he was mocking you, or The Rock or whatever. Brock Lesnar doesn't give a crap about anybody but himself. He's selfish. That's all it is. And you can't have a selfish champion for too long like that in real life. It looks contradictory. That's all it is. But whereas you have Drew McIntyre, he will embrace the fans. Even when he was antagonist, he still let them get a pose in a way to him with his back to them when he get ready to get in the ring where he's with Shane McMahon, side with him over that best in the world. After a while, that did used to be obnoxious, but then it stopped. And thank God it did. After a while. Thank you. Drew McIntyre said, even if it's all people as before, like The Rock. Yep, I mentioned before. No doubt, Lesnar beat up The Rock. And Big Show beat him before. Anybody else like Goldberg? Goldberg can beat him before, in the last year. Champion, wherever he wanted to blemish that off his record. That's what he did, anyway. But he said he hasn't came across him before. You see him recent weeks, he's hit Brock with the Claymore on multiple occasions, even at the ring. He told him, get the championship. You didn't hear that in the story with some things you didn't hear. With the crowd, they leave it out. And then with no crowd, you can hear some things because there's no crowd there. There's an empty arena. And I've had a relative or cousin of mine said, well, that's stupid. If they have this Wrestlemania, this pay-per-view event, and not have a crowd there, yeah. And then probably in a position, well, what else could they do? They want to go on with this, and they shouldn't have this happen. And that's Vince McMahon because he's stubborn. If I'm jumping on the train, I'm agreeing with everybody else how stubborn he is. He wants to insist going on with something and say the show must go on, damn it. I don't care, I'm okay in this damn thing. I'm suplexing it, I'm spilling it. I'm giving it the AA. It's not messing me up, exactly what you're doing. That's on you for focusing on the XFL and everything and being greedy with your money and thinking you don't have to try no more. Nobody has to challenge you. It wasn't until the beginning of last year that you had AEW challenge your ass. Now you have to work harder with more storylines and more compelling stuff for wrestlers. You can't get mad at everybody else but you. You created the company out of another company that was inherited from your late father, and you're the only one that wanted to mess up your creation. I still remember that promo. You were crazy. You were in the back and you said, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill my creation. I'm going to inject a little poison. NWO. You got your wish. You killed your product a little bit. That's exactly what you did. So that's showing you can't get mad at anybody else but yourself. That's the only person you get mad at. Because it's the XFL. And then you probably did vote your friend in as president. Because he's messing everything up. Now you regret doing that. Just like the rest of us did. See? Because now you barely can't go anywhere a whole lot. But your health is more important, though. Yeah. You got nobody else to blame but yourself. Yeah. For now, balls. But you probably shouldn't do this stuff anyway, mostly, for too long. And events and all wrestling stuff. So, they have to be taped. You weren't live in the audience, but you know exactly what you gotta do. No, everybody be there because it's gonna look weird. And I wonder how it's gonna be. Now get the WWE network and look at it and don't squint and mess up in pictures because I looked at. You know what I'm talking about. You look at the picture on the screen, you're online, you have a Chromebook, and then by the way, then for Xbox, you know what goes on. And you have that. Yeah. But Drew McIntyre being the champion is likely to happen this coming weekend. Because I see him to take on Brock Lesnar multiple occasions on TV. and not to get the L. Lesnar gets the upset over him, then that would be surprising. Or somebody coming in and interfere. I don't know. Yeah, I think about that too. But no crowd there. Highly unlikely. I don't highly unlikely. And then matches that something going on like Bobby Lashley and whoever else is going to say, whoever he's going up against. I don't even care for what's going on with Bobby Lashley because Bobby Lashley to me is made to be this huge, incredible joke a little bit, and it's made me to make him to me seem devalued or irrelevant because you got Lana right there and she's just in one spotlight in front of him. You sure you want Lana to be married to Bobby Lashley in the story? Because Lana puts herself in front of anybody and I forget about them. Just like it happened with Rusev, you know. How the hell am I supposed to be able to recognize Bobby Lashley? Where you at, Lashley? Where you at? You with Lana. And Lana ain't bad to look at. She's fine. But you got Lana right there. All the time, all taking the spotlight. I don't remember where the guy is at or what. But there's Roman Reigns is supposed to be out for the event. For going, up against Goldberg. A 53-year-old man who's Universal Champion. He doesn't have the right to have a second reign, but it could have waited. I don't know, but you damn if you do and you damned if you don't. It's screwed either ways with this whole thing that's going on right now. It probably would have waited. But now it's Braun Strowman. And great, you're going to have Braun Strowman go up against Goldberg so he can lose. You have Goldberg win against Braun Strowman, who didn't have no build up into going into this because of Joe in real life, Joe's decision, which is respected by me. But that could have waited until he was ready. Or it could have just been somebody else more than Braun Strowman. No offense to Braun Strowman, because he's cool at get these hands. Isn't that he is incredible. It's that he's made to be a freaking joke. The mismatch challenges, I was going along with that, alright? Because one of the pussy he teamed up with that I actually do kind of like and try to have something going on with, she's actually cool, real life too. But if you have him going up against Goldberg for the championship, right now, I'm believing he doesn't stand a chance. Because of with Brock Lesnar. Now, what makes you think that if Braun Strowman didn't have a chance against Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship when he had it over on Raw at WrestleMania before Survivor Series, what makes you think he has to stand a chance against Goldberg at this WrestleMania this weekend for that same championship? Somebody used to use their old knocking. They had to use their noodle. That's what they need to do on this one. Because it's not going to work. That's the definition of insanity, trying the same thing again, but with a different person. And it makes me want to hit my head up on the wall. That's what it makes me do. That's what it does. And your head isn't a pinata for the candy to come out if you keep hitting it with a bat, and you want the candy to come out on the kid's birthday, with the clowns and stuff and this whole thing. The social distancing is messing everybody up anyways, mostly, but you gotta take care of your health. So the birthday parties and going out, I think it's just an excuse to try to mess everything up more because the person in charge needs to have a war. Because they ain't gonna be the only person in charge without having a war. Yeah, that's all that is too. Mostly in theory, This is God punishing you now. This is God showing you what happened. This is God saying you got this and trying to show you another way to do everything. That's all too. Another way to do everything. Not to go all religious up all here. We're staying in the Wrestlemania predictions. So yeah, that's it pretty much. In that. But okay, wait, we're not done yet. Gotcha. Okay, so Goldberg wins this one. Because Goldberg gets a spear and a jackhammer up on you and gets one on Braun Strowman. It's going to be a tug of war. Then that's it. probably within 5 seconds, and Braun Strowman's trying to, knock down. And I'm pretty sure I'm prepared to do this prediction. I'm prepared to see the result of what's going to happen because I already know somebody's going to be ranting about it on here, on this platform. I already know. I'm prepared for it because it's going to be too stupid. I know it. Yeah. So if you gave this match a rating, it'd probably get a grade, it'd probably get an F because it could do a lot more better than Braun Strowman versus Goldberg. That could have been for something. That could have been somebody else against Goldberg instead of Braun Strowman. Anybody but him. Without build up, it ain't gonna happen. I don't see the upside of him. But if he does, and I'm wrong, then maybe it's a good grade. And the C is not an F. Maybe not even really a D. Might be just a B or something, but it still wouldn't make sense. It just means, well, stranger things have happened. If you watch Netflix, stranger things have happened. Anything happens when there's not a lot of crowd, not a lot of people. They're not crowd noise. Nobody, nothing to feed off of. And then there's the Women's Tag Team Championships. This one, based alone, shouldn't even happen for WrestleMania because one half of Kabuki Warriors not putting their real life stuff on blast. They're marrying their honeymoon property by now. And this whole thing, I have no trust me where they're at. So it works well for them. But you have one half of them and Oscar. I'll be for Japanese and certain people too, though. I'm not against them. I don't think our popular is necessarily for Alexa Bliss win that match. I'll say championship. Win that match on SmackDown last week against Oscar in 5 minutes or whatever. And she could have had, I'm for Alexa, but she probably could have had one L, against Oscar, and Oscar could have had the one because you really want you want the possibility and the payoff to be the unpredictability that the person actually wins at the pay-per-view. You don't want them to win right away, going into it because of these predictability, and that's what will happen. But I'm guessing this is a company now that said, you know what? The fans actually saying what the matches and stuff is going to happen. We're actually going to do what they're actually saying is going to happen and make it more predictable. But why not doing what they want? Very contradictory, though, And no, I'm not the one of them that's going to go on the network and say, well, I'm canceling my subscription if I don't get what I want. Me and Mark are going to cancel, because this person didn't get a championship, because they didn't win. No, I would be able to accept it. I won't accept the stupidity, 100% stupidity, Building up feuds and matches with no build-up, Just saying, okay, you come in here. You win a championship against somebody. Everybody wins a championship against somebody. You win a championship, you hand them out like a bowl of candy, Like a kid in the morning when they wake up to their family and they get at the table and you want to have cake for breakfast every day, No. You got cereal. You eat your cake later on. Crazy. You gotta have cake every day for breakfast. You're getting spoiled that way. But now as you're an adult, you can have your cake for breakfast you want. That's fine. That's fine. Adult. They even saw the most dumbest things to come out from it. And not be overly critical a whole lot. But Braun Strowman just pulled off a championship match with Brock Lesnar for that very same championship. Vince, you changed your mind. You said, come and think about it, I want him in for the Universal Championship, but against Goldberg, because nobody goes up against Brock Lesnar. And they get knocked down. Maybe not this time. Drew McIntyre does go up against Brock Lesnar. Because now you want to invest in somebody else, but you want to make them. But it doesn't do it justice for Drew McIntyre to go up against Brock Lesnar in front of an empty arena with no crowd. Because he wants to have that moment, when the sparkles and stuff go off the air when they win the championship for the first time. That's how it should be. Unless they come up with some ads. I can see it happen. If it gets pulled off, it's good. And there'd be no more criticism on this channel after that. But for right now, I'm going with the fact that there's nobody there, and it's just like what, it's nothing. You know, it's crazy. It's nothing. Everybody's at home anyways. Everybody is. You can't go into their home and tell whether they cheering or booing, whether they hosting or holding up signs or what, unless they do videos on it. But then you gotta go to the store, and that might be something I might have thought about doing at to their property, because I would want to post or have some paper up that says, yeah, I could do it with my notebook paper, and use and all that, and the chat and everything. I can even do a video on me actually watching it, probably from my phone, and record myself doing it on my tablet, record myself on the Chromebook, many different ways of doing it. I'm gonna find out how to do that this weekend, anyways. And one fan that probably does do it. And it's all because there was a feud going with Braun Strowman with Baron Corbin that he was out there. Vince McMahon was saying, "Oh, so you smash my limo? You gonna raise your force to me? So you're out." And now he's in because it's Goldberg. Man, sit on down somewhere with that. Please. Because it's Goldberg. I definitely would have in my time machine, go back in time and be young and go back in my 20s and be a wrestler now. But really, really for real going in my 40s. Because that is me the same thing they're going to do with Goldberg. You're in there, you win the championship in your 50s. This is what making other young wrestlers, other superstars angry because they're all in the back and they're all hungry for opportunities. But you got Bob Gronkowski in there, and now your fist say with Bob Gronkowski, you're riding Rob Gronkowski's jock string, and you're riding Tyson Fury's jock string, and you're riding Cain Velasquez's jock string, and they're from what? MMA? And you got all these other people in the back, And all you think about is UFC guys and MMA guys, and what about your WWE guys? You're in love with XFL. Well, you got to postpone your XFL playoffs and stuff like that because you voted your friend in as president, and he's messing everybody up. That's like messing the toilet up in your own house, and then saying you did it, and expecting somebody else to clean up your mess. You called the plumber over to fix your toilet for what you messed up in the first place, and you realize you need that toilet. You need to have some things working, your sink and everything. That's on you. Huh. And some fans don't even really watch it. I might still be the one to watch it. But I'm laughing I'm LMAO right now. Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, wow. This is really what we're coming to with this. And yeah, the women's tag team championship, because I know I got 20 minutes off of it. And Oscar only wanted to defend up against Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. But they may not really get it, though. But then they can get it. And then they're saying the rumor is to have the Bella Twins come in and get it. I don't know. I think it's not unlikely for that. There's a lot of stuff they say will happen really don't really happen. That won't buy a face value. Like CM Punk coming back and the AOP turn against Seth Rollins, turn on him, and the CM Punk put him up to it because to me, it's somewhere along the lines that Seth Rollins is trying to be like CM Punk, stuff with Messiah and all this. Well, there's only one difference between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Seth Rollins didn't leave the company in 2014 after the Royal Rumble. First to be eliminated, then left. You remember, before Kane, aka real name Gwen Jacobs, became mayor of Knoxville, was in the story where he's the authority, executive chief of, operations was telling them, your chances, Punk, of winning the Royal Rumble, 0, 0, 0. Remember that? And then what became a devil's favorite demon, became a devil's favorite sucker. Remember that promo? And he did lose anyways, because he was trying to reason between CM Punk and Triple H. Triple H and CM Punk, hold this animosity for each other because he was a company. And you want to blame the company, you're mostly going down over Triple H. Yeah, he's a bit of a slickster, though, because he got in his power by what he was doing, by influence and suggesting things. That's what he did. And being with Stephanie was the top of the ice of the cake. Okay, maybe not. All right? I don't hate the guy, but hey, I see politics what politics is. That's what I'm going to see. If you can politic and talk your way into anything, you can get your way about anything. That's what you can get anyways. Yep. You can buy your way to an election. You know who I'm talking about. Because he's going to get in and get reelected. And whatever happens, it's on all of us. But like I would have said before, though, this would have been of everything. I'm not really psychic going to smoke up CM Punk for the book's ass, but I don't see reason why now. That's the one thing he complained about after a while. It's that some of these part-timers come back and get these championships, and you're not in the current. They never put this stuff in the Attitude Era as much, and they really did it because they let the guys of course. Are you playing? Quit playing. Okay, The Rock, Triple H, Mick Foley, Mankind, The Undertaker. Who else? Kurt Angle, maybe Chris Jericho. They would never stand for that crap. They would never be like, okay, the other veteran who was there some time ago, they get a championship. You get to lose up to them. They would never fall for that crap. They would never do that. That's disgraceful. Can you imagine that? That all of them will run you out of town on a rail. Even Stone Cold Steve Austin. Also, I left him out because he's the main person I try to move behind, going against this anti-establishment, going against the establishment. Of course, the Undertaker. You think about the ministry, the darkness stuff, and the unceremonial wedding and all that. He did that based alone on getting an opportunity. So of course you're not going to screw him out of it, man. But screw along enough to have him kill his undefeated streak against Brock Lesnar. Because what? He's Brock Lesnar. You know what? F that doggone Minnesota farm living SOB. Screw him. Because he don't want to shake no fans' hands when we come out of this social distancing thing anyway. And he don't want to take selfies with you either, girl. You take selfies with people who will get their butt kicked by him and like it. That's the only thing about that. Oh yeah, and JBL too, by the way. You left him out. There's nowhere in the world. But he didn't become JBL by not being champion. He came that way to be champion. That's what he did. With the suit and the tink out like he was J.R. Ewing. Rest in peace to Larry Hagman and J.R. Ewing in North Dallas. Wearing the tink-out hat, going around Wall Street with the limo. He's like now there, but it was backstage, thing of him being a buddy, initiating people, throwing ribs on them, backstage, initiating them in, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? And the miss is smart to stay at home because you got a family. And wife. You got 3 women you gotta live with. You got 2 daughters, as far as I know. And you got a wife. And you answer to them for going, now of course you're gonna stay home. Because you're the miss. You're must see after a while, even though you're not must see for now. You probably show them the video package at WrestleMania and say, I'm sorry I could not really be there, but or whatever. Social media or something you'll put up, But there's also a thing after WrestleMania too that John Morrison would turn the Miz, or Miz would turn John Morrison. He's tired of taking the spotlight or whatever. You don't buy face value all these rumors and stuff like that and spoilers because they're not all factual. They're not all true. That's why probably someone on the other platform was amplified. Doesn't go on opinions. He goes on facts. I'm losing for that thing too. Because that's pretty much cool right there. I don't want to do that. I just don't show my facts a lot because I get my ass kicked for my facts. Every time I try to be slick and try to be smart, I go through more drama when I try to do that. That's what always happens. And you're going to catch the nature of the beast for trying to be smart. That's what happens. In this evil, demonic world, that's usually what happens. And money rules it mostly, depending on how you use it. And then if you use it in a good way, then some way it doesn't, because it is used good for something. Okay. But now I don't see the Bella Twins trying to get the women's tag team championship. Maybe they come out and they lose them. Because you want to depend on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross winning them. Because it's real and you want them to be tag team, Western Cross, Applesauce, whatever. That's what your name. Because Nikki is so drawn to being friends with Alexa, it'd be messed up in your heart if they turned on each other or one. Alexa, you can't really have it. There's some surprise stories there, but they cool as can be. And they can get, And we'll say them to Alexa and see on day. And it's Sasha Banks and Bailey and Lacey Evans. And there's Tamina, the SmackDown Women's Championship match. And I'm thinking that Bailey could either retain because she went for her against Sasha Banks and her own competitors and retain after WrestleMania. That'd be something different. If not, all championships don't change hands this weekend. After my birthday, but didn't be anybody was me thank you. They're up there in the old 40s, and I don't want to be there for too long without being on my own fully. And they're just late star, late boomers, don't judge me. I'm getting there. So I'm at a long pause. I have to think about it. Sasha Banks could be the one to be SmackDown Women's Champion for that. I ain't against Sasha Banks. She is cool with me, but she does know where her fans too. Just the way that Brock Lesnar, he's WWE champion. Just that, like Alexa Bliss champion, she used to go through Liv Morgan. That's what I'm saying. There's Otis rooting for him, Manny Rose. Probably not gonna happen. He's probably not gonna win against Dolph Ziggler because always the other one. I'm sorry, Otis. That's how it usually goes. It's tough shit sometimes. Even Tucker with that. But there's no way. We'll see. And all I can remember when championships and all. But I don't know who I think wins all these championships and wins them. This is how this goes. Because I know it's about a minute going off topic. Sorry for that. Drew McIntyre wins against Brock Lesnar. And that match would be graded. The A would be to me. By me. And the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm all amplified. And if I'm wrong, then Brock Lesnar wins and retains, and we have one more year again of him being champion, which I'm sick of, and probably most of the fans are sick of because he doesn't want to defend it every week. And he takes 16 days off. He doesn't like the work. You declare up a champion who embraces their fans, who wants to work and defend, even if they're going to switch character too. And then go protagonist and antagonist again and being champion, that's fine by me. As long as they want to defend it every week. They always want to do it. And Drew McIntyre just fits that bill for me for a minute. He just does. Hey, anybody else at the moment. It's a shame, but it's the way it is, and this company is slowly dwindling down. You remember how I Shrunk the Kids? Well, how you shrunk the WWE. Because now you got AEW, and AEW is acting like the veteran company, and WWE is trying to act like the rookie company. And that's what's happening to me. You got other promotions, You got GYW. And then somebody's going to say, if you don't like it, don't watch it. And you know what? I'm watching it because I would want it to get better. And sometimes, you're right. You're 100% right. I don't usually watch it. Because I feel for some superstars and some wrestlers, okay? And I just get tired of seeing some of the other ones the same old, same old, same old. If I'm going to be putting my money into a pay-per-view event and attending live with one of my family members, my cousins, or my brothers, then I want to actually see an actual payoff and a new champion every once in a while. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see the same thing over and over again. I want to eat something different for dinner, right? I want maybe some gluten-free catfish or something, or some mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables. Every now and then some salmon croquettes with mashed potatoes, green beans, and biscuits or something. Or something like that. I don't want to see eat steak and filet mignon every week for dinner. Like, here, that's all you get. Here, What is that, And I don't really eat spaghetti every week, okay? And garlic bread. Man. But so it's the same thing, my appetite for WrestleMania. Lost with that. And there's your anyways, you don't. Barely Shayna Baszler. I don't want to give up on Becky Lynch. I also like her too next to like Alexa Bliss. You know, the other amplifier in the channel, okay, they post Sasha Banks. I'm cool though. I'm cool with Sasha Banks. I kind of, but I'm for this is Alexa Bliss channel. This is Alexa Bliss Becky Lynch channel. That's what this is. Okay. And that's cool. That's cool by me. But yeah. So that's what I do with that. Now if I'm on Becky Lynch then, if I go Shayna Baszler, we'll see. That match by me can be great to beat. What's I think about? Let's see. Well, the matches are not title matches. Kevin Owens wins against Seth Rollins. That's if there's somebody pulls through. He pulls through with Satan against Seth Rollins. He's the Messiah. Then that's just the L for Seth Rollins. Yeah, all right. Distractions. Okay. And there's a chance Seth Rollins wins against Kevin Owens because he used as a winner at WrestleMania. That's his record. It's always been a record at WrestleMania. It's like Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania was always a record you can never beat. Many people have tried. Jake the Snake Roberts, ultimately recipes. Anybody else, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, even Kane at one point or two, his brother, storyline brother Kane. Who else? Randy Orton, he tried and failed. Booker T's tried and failed. JBL's tried and failed. Maybe The Rock may have tried and failed, actually, but that was probably another thing altogether. SummerSlam, maybe not so much with The Rock. Triple H has tried and failed numerous occasions twice. Shawn Michaels twice, Who else has tried and failed? Oh yeah, Ric Flair, that's why I just mentioned all of them. Well, Lesnar tried from time for John Cena and failed. Brock Lesnar actually got one in 2014. He did it twice, so for that shouldn't even have happened. Even Roman Reigns, and that should never have happened. But and then see the Undertaker losing against AJ Styles, against Alan Jones. Sorry, Alan, this won't happen. Oh, AJ, won't happen. Because you know one thing. You know his wife, Michelle McCool. And I was like, Michelle McCool. You might say because, oh, no, Alexa Bliss, Trish Stratus, Michelle McCool. Maybe Tori Wilson or Sable, but I don't care much for Lesnar. Or just anybody else, like maybe some similar other people I've forgotten about that got forgotten about. It's a damn shame WWE doesn't really remember them either. This company just really gets me scratching my head, like, you know. And that's what really gets me. Yeah, you know. You might say that I'm like more like company that's made like flame blondes and stuff. No, I don't. Not really. I just can't like go along with them. I like them as champions. I like them as fans, and that's kept to myself. But you know, as you don't think we'll go on the same pussy because it's too similar. Just don't follow me for my like and who I like in my interests. But I like who I like. You know. I always go for them baddie blondes, them bitchy blondes, them villainous blondes. They ain't good and they bad back and forth, good and bad back and forth. Because it's the idea you have them, sometimes you can't. You can't have them. And if you do, it's rare, And Ronda Rousey, but that's entirely different. But I guess you better have a staple with Ronda Rousey than have to go against her and get caught up in some armbar. Because when she go full mode, she's like this, and then starts getting you in the armbar, and you don't really want it, But that's it, It's fine, I remember that. And when we want to show a match between Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey in this old rep, And that was the last time she was there about a year ago before she left. She just screwed that role. Screw screw the man. Screw your fantasies. And no more Mrs. Nice. Man, I know if she's gonna come back now, it's gonna be stripped out. But you can come back to the empty arena doesn't do it justice. And the prediction I'm going along with on the other matches. Now, okay, we're going with Braun Strowman versus Goldberg. I'm going to go with Goldberg unless I'm wrong and Braun Strowman wins. Stranger things have happened at Netflix. Stranger things have happened. Because it's too soon for Braun Strowman to get a win after he's just thrust into this Universal Championship title picture, Because Roman Reigns bowed out for a minute respectfully because of his choice to stay home because of this thing we got right now going on. And by staying home and being safe and cautious, health conscious. And that's smart, and that's a good thing to do. And kudos to you for doing it, Joe. It's just crazy right now. That's all it is. And I am not impatient either. I'm patient more than most. But I've been patient about as patient as my pinky finger. Because I spent 20 years trying to get a college degree, even from online school. 20 freaking years. You cannot tell me I'm patient. Most people eat their lunch for 20 minutes. And I've been 20 years getting my college degree. That's how crazy it is. That's all I'm saying. Shoot. If you can wait in line at the store and not putting this on eBay for 10 minutes and get your stuff, that's fine. But she even being passing and messing, right? I ain't putting that out there. Because you can't. You gotta do the whole separation and everything. But I gotta put the pole to the metal sooner or later, because I ain't getting any younger after a while. And the grading right here starts showing up from all this stuff. Yep. But we gotta really do better with our decisions. We gotta do better with who we vote for and what we eat and what we do and how we socialize and the relationships and how we treat each other so we come out of this thing. That's all. Because it will decrease the numbers. Then you gotta follow the directions and stay at home if you don't have to go out anywhere for anything essential. You don't have to do nothing fully social outside. You can do some stuff. Yeah, you can walk the dog and get around, but you don't have to do everything and go everywhere as if though it's less. But either way it goes, you might as well just try to get well at home. That's all. But this is crazy. Yep. But there ain't nowhere in the world we'll see anything where Braun Strowman wins against Goldberg. Because it might be Goldberg, and you might look at him having the championship for New Year. At least until Survivor Series, SummerSlam, between SummerSlam and Survivor Series or whatever. Because this whole thing is messed up. And Goldberg doesn't even be there every week. What is wrong with you? Let's give Goldberg a championship and let's have him get it off of Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, at Saudi Arabia, in February, Man, are you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or something? You have the Fiend lose, do the job to a 53-year-old man, a spear in all few seconds? But at least his credibility is great, though, for winning. And you got the feud with you got that going with John Cena and Bray Wyatt. And I looked at it and realized they're talking about using high, and John Cena needed was where people could for them to use selfish and need that spotlight. And for him. Okay. And John Cena, you can follow him for many things. He does always take time out with fans and does selfies with them. He is nice and he's patient. He's fair. If you record him, but he didn't ask for without his permission, yeah, he's gonna read the right at you. He's gonna tell you to show respect. You disrespect him, he's gonna let you know about it. He's fair, just like anybody, like a brother, anybody in the family. He's cool with you other than that. And he loves you like a brother. He's like a brother. He's always going to go in and shake hands. He's going to give you wisdom. He make me feel good I was down every now and then. He does every now and then. Because it's always good for me to see John Cena on TV. That's why he knows it. And SmackDown is like, You are because I was clowning before though with stuff with Chris Jericho and everything, but he's just trying to understand where everybody's coming from either too. Real life and story wise. He's a guy I know I go along with. He's cool all this time. And he was relatable to me after a while. Now that I think about it, yeah, you trying to get paid, money, food on the table. John Cena's mostly for the common man, you know. He might remember kids shooting back, stayed most of the times for the other guys back. But that was just wrong story stuff. That's all. And John Cena's cool at the end of the day. He's pretty much cool. He's okay. Whenever you see him, it's like breath of fresh air. I'm like, thank you. Whew. I see John Cena. I don't necessarily say he's like my hero, but he's like somebody that's just like he's like that older brother that comes into town, makes everything feel good, feel great again. That's how he is. And Bray Wyatt was just about the same thing though too in this gimmick, and he's just creative with all his stuff. And that's his brainchild, the Fiend. He keep reinventing himself without a championship. He doesn't necessarily need it, but he could have kept it to after WrestleMania. Goldberg didn't have to have that second reign before WrestleMania. He could have had it after. That was Vince McMahon's idea with the rest of the 60 or more writers that he got in the back, in the room, but can't really do as much anymore. He's probably got some monkeys in there typing his ideas down. Whatever. Or something, whatever he's doing. And that's what he does, like I do in my Chromebook here, whatever. But I'm looking for John Cena to take the hell and Bray Wyatt to win because he might need this after losing to Goldberg, to Bill Goldberg in Saudi Arabia. Because that sweet Saudi money, You're next, And Roman Reigns next, but he's not now as far as Strowman. But you get a chance to say he was next, but I guess he is next. Whatever. But that's all. No one's happened anything. That's 1 minute. So anything else? If I have not to cover, and those are my predictions. But facts alone, the Bray Wyatt's been knocking them out the ballpark ever since being the Feed. Yep. They make his Daniel Bryan and The Miz. To the point The Miz was never the same after the Fiend had terrorized his family and everything. He's back with John Morrison. The crowd turned on him. That was crazy. That's a swerve there. That was crazy. And Daniel Bryan, he's himself after a while and did it the wrong way. I know it. Yeah. Now, I don't see in the Women's SmackDown Championship, I don't see Lacey Evans winning it, by the way, because not ready for that yet. That'd be one thing to say, oh, here go Vince McMahon's bombshells win again. If you're not Alexa Bliss or Lacey Evans, if you're not Carmella, who's not been, and when the hell, well, Carmella's not been asked about. See, this is what I'm saying about WWE. They forget people, and then you don't know they're at. This is why I tune in be there for AEW, because you still remember some superstar somewhere. Where in the hell is Carmella at? Excuse my French for swearing. But where's Carmella? Carmella's not even thought of, and not this lesser person she's supposed to be in real life. Ever since this whole thing, he wasn't on commentary and thought of at all either. What in the hell is going on? I'm like, man, really? This is crazy. But yeah, that's it. And that's all I gotta say about this whole thing. And I'm drinking this is not even alcohol. This is just the toxic stuff to get through this whole thing. So if you're in your immune system, it's a remedy. But until then, that's it.